Hello there. Yep, we've got a bit of a stream going on. Not going to be many people in this stream because it's Patreon exclusive, and so I don't have to worry about that, I suppose. But I do need to post the link to someone who is an honorary patron because they donated to a thing that I said they could have Patreon rewards if they donated to. So I shall put. Where shall I put that? There. Right. Okay then. Oh, we've got a few people in. Hello, Brandon O'Alley. Hello, Huggs Norton. Oh gosh, it's hard to pronounce an X there. Huggs Norton. And Aquatic Ember 06. Hello there. Well, that's a... Expect grim answers, Brandon. All right, so as you know, I've been sort of writing and rewriting this chapter, which is not what you're supposed to do during NaNoWriMo, but I'm not doing anything you're supposed to do during NaNoWriMo. You're supposed to write nearly 2,000 words a day. I'm not doing that. Here's what we've got at the moment. Here's the audiobook section. So, Jamin Lindrick. That's the name I've settled on after just sort of, I think I opened Google Maps and sort of looked around at different road names and so on. Jamin Lindrick was slouching in the uncomfortable little chair they'd given her on the other side of the interview desk. She didn't show the slightest unease on her face, and in fact, Straw thought she saw evidence of a smile there. She'd had plenty of time to examine it. Lindrick hadn't moved since they arrived, except to switch her gaze between Straw and the Chief in turn. The only exception was the controlled movement of her right leg as she slowly and deliberately rolled a single granule of topaz under the toe of her boot, making a constant scraping sound against the wooden flooring. She was doing it to annoy them, but it was nothing compared to the tension Straw and Bodmin had managed to generate for themselves simply by not asking her to stop. It was a standoff, and from that look on her face it was clear she knew it. Straw was keeping it together by imagining the things that she would scream at the cleaning staff next time she saw them for missing that granule in the first place, not to mention the several others she'd kicked out of her way in the corridor. Overhead, a tiny phase moth fussed and fluttered around the light cage, attracted by the blue-white glare of the wisp inside, but repelled by the gentle sting it radiated to ward off predators. The moth's enlarged shadow flickered across the desk and flashed over Lindrick's eyes. She didn't flinch. "Well, what a fun time we're having," said Bodmin finally. He was leaning with both elbows on the desk. He did this to appear imposing, but he didn't need to. The man resembled a block of granite in a suit. "I take it from your attitude that you intend not to talk until your advocate gets here?" "I know my rights," said Lindrick. It was the first time she'd spoken. "That's good news," said Bodmin, "because I can't be bothered going over them." Draped over the back of Jamin's chair was a light jacket, hung inside out, shrugged off when she'd sat down. Aside from the usual personal harvester near the waist, Straw noticed the coat was covered in small pockets, inside and out, like her own work coat, except these pockets were of unusually small size. You couldn't force a standard potion bottle into most of them. "Is he on his way?" Jamin asked. Her skin was so paper-thin that it looked like it could tear just from the stress of talking. Straw had seen enough people wither under the effects of Howlight before, and would estimate this girl to be at about the halfway stage, but Howlight called visible white glowing of the blood vessels, and there was certainly nothing about Lindrick that glowed. She looked ill, worn ragged. "He's coming," Bodmin confirmed. "Should be here any moment, so let's get the preliminaries over with, shall we? Name? You already have it. It has to come from you. Name? Jamin Lindrick. Occupation? I think I'll wait for my advocate." "Very interesting. Make a note of that, Detective." Straw made a show of writing it down. "That is very interesting, Chief. Most people don't have any problem telling us their occupation, do they?" "They don't, do they?" Bodmin said, pretending to think it over. "I suppose now when you bring it up, for most people it's the most natural thing in the world to tell us their job, because of course they're registered with the Crown, they can show us their trade jet, and very simple. But here's one who wants her advocate present for a simple question like that. Makes you wonder how closely we're going to have to examine her answer, doesn't it?" "Travel vlogger," said Lindrick, cutting the demonstration short. Bodmin snorted. "There we go." "I am a travel vlogger," Lindrick insisted, "and I could prove it if you hadn't confiscated my equipment." I don't have a jeton because my profession isn't recognised by the Crown because the Crown has had trouble adjusting to the current century. Careful, Straw warned. I am. I'm always careful. Look where it gets me. She shifted position in her chair so that her right arm rested across her lap. There was a large maroon patch on her upper arm and another halfway up her forearm, suggesting the first stages of bruising. Alright, there we go. That's where I've got to. So now I've got to do some flipping. Now then. Hello, 21 people. This time, as every time, I very carefully made this a private stream for patrons only. And it has just overwritten that. It has just switched it to public. So, hello, welcome to all of you. You've now heard the next little bit that I've written. I would love to be able to continue as a public stream, but I've got to do some private streams because it's not fair on the patrons if they're all public when they've signed up for the private streams tier. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I've tried my absolute level best, and it has switched it from private to public itself. I put private and saved it. So I don't know. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to probably switch to private. And if I may, what I wonder will happen if I hang on a moment. But it's been lovely to have you here while I read you the bit so far. I'm now going to send you off to the anyone who's on the Patreon can carry on watching me write this tonight. If not, then well, look, you're welcome to join. Let me bring up the. If I close that and I close that, what I'm about to do is I'm about to switch to a different window configuration, and basically I've got a couple of chat windows up, and I don't want anyone in my chat windows to have to worry about suddenly being seen on my streams when they didn't consent to that, so let me just sort of change everything there, and let's see what this does. Okay. So there's the well, you can't see the chat very well because I'm just showing you this banner now. In fact, you don't need to see me. There's the chat. There's a bit of the chat. I'll put a bit of it there, and then I'll put me up there so you can see me. Hello. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I am about to go private, or at least I'm about to try. Every flipping time I try, it goes wrong. But now you've seen, you've had another bit of audiobook there of a little bit. Hope that interests you. Come and see me at patreon.com/DemonTomatoDave if you want that. But, and that's going to happen immediately. But here's something that's going to happen in the next couple of days. Just as a sort of a demonstration of the sort of thing that you can get at the Patreon. At the Patreon, he says. Wait a minute. If I switch this on, I switch that on, this is going up in the next couple of days. The theme tune from the dark world. It's a dark place that's menacing and dark. It's dark, it has mature themes like an anime in Japanese. Not the first time this song has been on the Patreon, you understand. Yeah, this has been up on the Patreon for a while, but now it's got drums and I've redone it a little bit. So this is a song that I keep fiddling with and improving. And yeah, patrons are going to get to hear the version I finished today. It's so dark, the theme tune from the dark world. It's a dark world that's frightening and dark. So dark, it has a piercing. As you can see, there's a number of new verses on the theme to the Dark World now, more than you might be used to from my YouTube video, which is many, many years old now, and long since time I updated it, but I just keep missing the window of time when I could refilm a video. But nevertheless, don't wait for me to do a video. Come and join the Patreon, patreon.com/DemonTomatoDave. You don't have to sign up to a particularly expensive tier to get the songs. I think it's the $5 or something like that. Listen to how much better it sounds. Hey, diddly dark, it's diddly dark, diddly dark, it's diddly dark, so diddly dark, it's dark, the theme tune from the dark one. Well, that's quite enough of that. So, yeah, that's going up. I put some finishing touches on it just today, and it's going up on the Patreon the next couple of days. So there you are. That's fun, isn't it? And plus another song that I'm not playing you. And yeah, there's all sorts of songs on there. Songs all over the place. What else have we got? What's going on in the chat? Where, says Bronzank, can I get the audiobooks you narrate? They are at inearmedia.com. Is that what it's called? No, sorry. Beg pardon. inearentertainment.com, I think. Let me check. Going there now to find out if that is in fact correct. Yes, In-Ear Entertainment. Oh, and there I am, right on the front page. Crank Tech 1 Destruction. But that's one. There's another one coming out in the next, what is probably going to be a few days. Funny noise there. That went bang. Sizzle. Not sure what it was. Very strange. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna switch off in a minute. Let me go through the chat. I'm gonna talk to everyone. Let's see what everyone said. Hello to absolutely everybody who came in here. Plenty. I have a lot of followers from Canada. That's interesting. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about me that attracts Canadians. Oh well. Thank you, Ali. But I'm sure that just means that there are people you've yet to listen to read. Well, Barkers, it's working out okay. The actual I enjoy it and find it fun, but I have not been doing the Nano thing. I've not been writing the 2,000 words a day because, frankly, I'm not available in Nottingham. I'm not available in November to do that. Things I've had to do in November so far was a 3-day weekend in an adjacent city, staying with friends to attend a comic convention and exhibit at it, and there simply wasn't time to do any NaNoWriMo there. Another 2 days entertaining my family. There's going to be another 2 days entertaining Abby's family. That's my wife, if you don't know her. This week, and by that time we'll be in the last week. So, basically I'm not available to write every day in November, but it did spur me on to do this, and I intend to do more of this, even when it isn't November. What else have we got? All right, okay, so there we go. That's the end of this stream, and Patreon people can, if you go over to the Patreon, I'm about to post a link to another stream that I'll carry on doing, and there we go. So thanks to everyone who likes to show up to these. I love it when you do. I'm so sorry that I have to cut you off, but I won't always. There'll be public ones. But today I promised a Patreon only stream, so a Patreon only stream there shall be. Well, Matt, haven't figured out a way to designate clues, but I have, I've planned several sort of detective-y stories to go in this that I think I know when they find the clues for them. Anyway, right, gotta go. Bye. See you in a bit, and everyone who's on the Patreon, I'll see you in 5 minutes. I don't know how long it takes me to set it up. Bye. Well, in fact, I'll see everyone in a minute because every single time I try and make a private stream, I fail and it turns out to be a public one. So, bye! See you in a minute!